guys, welcome to another tier list. This time we're gonna go with Demon Souls. Demon Souls for PS5 was actually the last From Software game I've ever played. As you can imagine, since I played all the other games before this one, I gathered a lot of experience. So the bosses in this game were very easy. Um, I'm gonna have some controversial picks. I'm telling you right now. I've only fought these bosses, most of them just one try. So some experiences were not very memorable, they probably were to other people. And yeah, I'm gonna have a strange ranking probably, but this is my experience. This is what I felt by playing the game, and we're gonna start with the Adjudicator right away. Um, this was one of the few bosses that actually killed me. And I know that's funny because I know this is a super easy boss, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I ended up dying. This is a very lame boss. I'm gonna put it in D. He's one of the worst bosses in the game. He looks kind of cool, but it's a very clumsy fight. The arena sucks. There's nothing cool about this fight, honestly. Um, Now we're gonna go with Armor Spider, and this will probably be my first controversial pick. I'm gonna give an A to Armor Spider. I really love the experience on this boss. I think the arena is awesome. She looks incredible. The fire effects are absolutely perfect. Um, the fight itself, I think it is a lot of fun. She throwing spider webs, then throwing the fire on the floor, and I really like her attacks and dodging her attacks. I don't know. I had a blast with this boss. What can I say? It was a lot of fun. So easy A for me, man. Um, Dirty Colossus was probably the easiest boss in the entire game, other than the final boss, which strangely is not here. I don't know why. But yeah, I think this was the easiest boss in the game. Very forgettable. Very, I don't know. He has like 3 attacks, man. A D, a very easy D. Dragon God is normally seen as the worst boss in these lists that I've seen, but for me, I would probably rank him a bit better than Adjudicator. At least visually, it looks amazing. This was the boss that I died to the most. I had no idea what I was doing. But once you figure out the trick, it's pretty easy as well. But it's not. It's kind of disappointing. I think that's the best word to define this boss. Kind of disappointing. Next, we're gonna go with Flame Lurker. This might just be my favorite boss in the game. Still gonna give it an A, not an S. I don't like the fact that the floor has like lava and you get damage because of that, and it's in the way of the fight. I really don't like that. But it's an awesome boss, man. It's probably the hardest boss in the game. Not very hard. I'm not gonna lie. If it doesn't even come close to the difficulty on some other bosses in From Software previous later games. But cool arena, amazing music, and he's always on top of you. He's always keeping the pressure. It's a lot of fun to fight. The same goes for Old King Allant. It's hard to choose between him and Dark Flame Lurker, but I don't know. I felt this boss kind of repeat the same moves over and over again. I wish he had a bigger move set, but it's a really cool boss. One of the best arenas in the game. Music, it's very cool as well, and I don't know. It just looks awesome. It's a very cool boss. Easy A for me. Lichmonger, probably the boss I hate the most in the game. I was actually happy I just had to fight him once because I had no clue what the hell was happening. It's just a god awful boss. Uh, yeah, worst boss in the game. I'm gonna put it on E. Yeah, worst boss. It's terrible. Man-Eater is gonna surprise some people. I know people hate this boss. I actually had a really fun experience because, yeah, I'm sorry. What can I say? I beat them first try and it felt amazing. I know they're considered one of the hardest, if not the hardest boss in this game. So this is my favorite area before getting to the boss. And after such an amazing area, getting to the boss that is famous for being hard and beat them first try, surely, I know, contributed for the fact that I'm giving them a B ranking, because I know people hate this boss. Like I could see the jank, I could see the problems in the boss. But I still think it's a very cool arena. They look awesome, and yes, they are challenging. So it's just one of those feelings that From Software gives you when you actually beat up a tough boss first try. So I'm gonna give them a B. I'm sorry, that was my experience. And if that made people mad, this is gonna make people even more mad because I do not like this boss. Maiden Estrella is I don't know. I know there's the lore is important or something, but I'm not a lore person. I there's very few bosses I care about the story. Maybe Father Gascoigne and Gurman. This boss, I don't know. It's just some dude in the middle of the way. He keeps doing like two attacks, and then you kill him, and then some girl says some lines, and she disappears, and that's the fight. Like I said, maybe the lore is important. Maybe it's a very sad thing or something, but the fight itself, it's pretty lame. Um, Now we're gonna go with Vanguard. Vanguard, the tutorial boss. It does a lot of damage. That's pretty much what you remember from this boss. Other than that, it's just a boss where you go behind him and it's a very easy kill. But yeah, it does a lot of damage. But it's still it looks cool as well. But it's a very lame boss as well. I'm gonna give it a C. Old Hero was a big surprise. I actually really enjoyed this boss. I think I'm gonna put it above Maneater. The best of bees so far. Was a very good surprise. Cool music. He looks awesome, and it's a very unpredictable boss. He's blind or something, so you never know what the hell he's gonna do. And he's actually quite fast, man. I was surprised by this boss. I was really surprised by this boss. I had a lot of fun fighting him. Tower Knight. I knew this was a very famous boss, and it deserves the fame. It's a very nice boss. Still not an S, but I would put him here. Very cool experience. It looks ginormous. The arena is awesome. The music is one of the best in the game. Very cool boss. I would say it's a bit too easy as well, but it's a very, very, very nice boss. Old Monk, on the other hand, it's not a good boss at all. He looks kind of cool with a funny hat, and his arena is awesome. Like, the arena is spectacular, but the fight itself, it's kind of weird, to be honest. I find it really hard to rank this guy, honestly. I think I'll put it here, just because of the arena being better than Vanguard. Other than that, the fight is pretty lame. The Penetrator, oh my god, this is probably the most disappointing boss in the game for me. I know people like this boss, I don't understand why, sorry. This boss has 3 attacks. I don't know, it seems like it has 3 attacks. It's insanely easy. And it looks cool though, cool arena, but that does not save him from the disappointment. I was really, really disappointed by how limited the moveset from this boss is. And how unbelievably easy he is. So I'm gonna give it a C. And yeah, I think it stays there. Phalanx, it's the first boss, besides Vanguard. Yeah. Another boss I don't like very much. I'm sorry, guys. I know I've been saying a lot of bad things from the bosses so far, but yeah, it's another boss. It's not very good. It's kind of forgettable. But it's the first boss, it doesn't mean anything. Father Gascoigne is the first boss from Bloodborne, and it's one of the best, so the same goes for Udex, Gundyr, and Margit. So yeah, this is one of the worst first bosses From Software has ever done. I'm probably being generous, but I'm gonna give it a C as well. Probably the worst from C. And now we have Storm King and Fool's Idols. Fool's Idols as one of the best arenas in the game, if not the best. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful, but it's a gimmick fight. She transforms into 3 or 4, and you just have to find which one is the real one, and you kill her. It's pretty simple. There's not much to it. Still, I think I would put it here, though. I'm not even sure between these two, but I'll leave it like this. It's not a big deal. And for last, I decided to leave the Storm King because this is probably the most audiovisual, incredible experience you can have in any boss that ever From Software has ever done. Like, I'm a sucker for Rain, and the music is incredible. The sounds, the vision of seeing the Storm King, the size of it coming in your direction is just such an incredible experience. Um, Probably rank him here. The fight itself, it's not that great, honestly. It's kind of repetitive, but it really is an experience that everyone should experience in video games. Honestly, if it's almost worth buying this game just for the experience of fighting this boss. It's absolutely incredible. But yeah, this is my list. There's no S rank boss in Demon Souls for me. There's 5 really good bosses, and the rest is pretty average or bad. Um, and yeah, now I'm gonna do Dark Souls 1 next, and this is my video, guys. I hope you enjoy the list. I know there's some controversial picks, but yeah, that was my experience. And again, I recommend buying this game if you've never played it. So I see you guys on the next video with Dark Souls 1 tier list. Bye bye.